Hey everybody, welcome back to Vintage on Vintage. Today I am going to share with you the cards I got for Christmas and my birthday. I think as you all know, my birthday is 2 days after Christmas. As a matter of fact, the very first video I ever did were the cards I got last year that I shared with you. This year I have 8 cards to share with you and 2 of these sportscards.com 1956. You get 2 PSA graded cards in each box, and we're going to open a couple of these up today. Anybody who's watched Snake and Rusty Nuts over at COG Sports Cards have seen them break these, and they look like fun. I thought I'd ask for them and just see what we get. But before we do that, excuse me, I'd like to share with you the cards I picked up. The very first card I picked up is this 1989 Ken Griffey Upper Deck, and this is it's an iconic card. I think most of you who are watching probably own it. I didn't. So I saw this one, love this card. I think it's a beautiful picture, sharp picture, pretty well centered, little off, left, right, top to bottom, but not by a lot. You flip it over, hologram's in pretty good shape. I'm excited to add this card to the collection. Eventually I'll get it graded. I know how hard they are grading these things, so my expectations are pretty low, probably in the 8 to 9 range. But I love this card, so glad to have finally added that one to the collection. Next card is this 1970 O.J. Simpson, and I had this card as a kid, and I don't know what happened to it. I lost it, but I saw this card and I love it. When I look at cards, the first thing I look for is the picture quality. I'm picture, then centering, then cornering, kind of is the way I look at it. That's how it's important to me. This is a beautiful card. It's well centered. It does have a little bit of a nick or a card loss there, so that'll hurt it when it gets graded, but it's an O.J. Simpson rookie card. I've I finally got it back into the collection, so I'm pretty happy for that. Next card up is this 1969 Nolan Ryan, and just like the O.J., this is just a beautiful card. As far as the picture is just stunningly gorgeous in my opinion. The the centering's not bad, left to right, top to bottom, a little off. Corners are round. They've got a little issue. If I flip it over, this corner up here has a small wrinkle in it. So, it's probably in the 3 to 4 range, but it's just, it's a good looking card. So I'm excited to finally get, this will be the earliest Nolan I own, and I'm excited to finally get this one into the collection. These next 3 cards, I got a great deal at my LCS, and the first one is, this 1960 Willie Mays that I've been looking for this card for a while, and I just think it's a gorgeous card. It's pretty well centered, a little off left to right, but the card itself, I just think it's gorgeous, and I'm really stoked to have finally picked this one up. Picked up my second Mickey Mantle. Shared my first one with you last year. This is a 1964 Mantle. As you can see, the centering left to right is off, but the picture on this card is really strong. So I'm excited to add this card. When you look at the back, it has some nicking in the corner and a little nicking here. So, overall, it's not going to grade all that high, but the eye appeal, I think, on this card, once I put it in a slab, is going to be fantastic. And, it's Mickey Mantle. It's the second one I've ever owned, so I'm excited to grab that. And then I followed that up with the third Mickey Mantle I ever owned. This is a 1968 Mantle, and I love this card. This card is... the picture on this card is gorgeous. The centering is really strong. It's close, left to right, top to bottom. You look at the back's very strong. So this is a gorgeous card, and this, once again, it's a Mickey Mantle. It's the third one I've ever owned. Really happy to add this card to the collection, and I'm looking forward to getting it graded. Excuse me. Last 2 cards I'm really excited to share with you. The first one is second year Jim Brown card. And, this guy, my dad would tell you, this guy is the best football player he ever saw play. And I love this card. I actually picked this card up back in July, believe it or not. I was in Grand Rapids, Michigan. I saw it, didn't want to pass on it, so I bought it and added it to the Christmas birthday collection for my wife to give to me. You know, if you look at the card itself, the picture's pretty strong. Does have a little bit of a scratch or there, and you know, the cornering is pretty it's rounded, but at the end of the day, the centering's not bad. The picture's strong. You flip it over, it's one of those cards that you could be scratched off, so it looks like somebody started to scratch off. So it's not a high-end Jim Brown by any mean, but it's a Jim Brown second year card, and I'm really excited to have this one. This one's special. So, and the last one, this is the one I'm most stoked about, and that is this 1954 Ted Williams. And you know, this is the first Playing Days Ted Williams card I've ever owned. I have a couple of his manager's cards, and this card's beautiful. The picture on this card is just, it's just gorgeous. It pops out onto you. Centering's not too bad, right? The corners are rounded. You know, if you look up here, you're going to see a little bit of a wrinkle up there, and you're going to see a little bit of chipping in the top, but you know, it's 1954 card. You look at the back, it's, you know, it's in pretty good shape. I love this card. I mean, I love the backs of these cards. First ever Teddy Ball Game Playing Days. I'm really, really excited about that. So those were the 8 cards I got, which is a good enough year to begin with, right? And then I was given a couple of these, and in each of these boxes, there's going to be 2 graded PSA cards, 1956. So if you don't know about them, you can get them at Sporting News or SportingCards.com. It's about $99 per box with tax. You know, it's like $102. So you're paying around $50 a card, and some of the cards are commons, and they aren't worth the $50, but there are some really nice cards in this set. So it's kind of like a lottery ticket. You know, the way I look at it is, it's going to be fun to open. Worst case scenario, I end up with 4 graded 1956 cards, which isn't so bad. And, you know, I thought for a birthday present, this would be a fun way to do it. So I'm going to take this offline, and I'm going to get them open, and then we're going to pull them out and see what we got. So just give me a second. Okay, here is the first one of these. So it's the way this works. You pull it open, you get 2 cards. I'm gonna try to keep these things hidden so that we can't see. I'm sorry here. I'm gonna have to pull this one off and pull it out. So the very first card I got is Connie Johnson. It's a PSA 6. So like, this is a beautiful card. You know, Connie Johnson, pitcher with the Chicago White Sox. You know, he's a common, but wow, what a really nice card. I mean, look at that. It's a PSA 6 for a 1956 card. So that's a pretty exciting card to add to the collection. The next card that we're pulling out of this box is, I apologize for this, it's tough to get this out. Well, look at this. It's a 1956 Harvey Kuenn. So that's a pretty nice card right there. I'm excited to get Harvey Kuenn. And it's also, you know, it's a PSA 6. So beautiful card. No complaints about that. That's a really, really, really nice card. So first 2 cards, pretty excited about. All right, I've got one more box here that we're going to open. So I'm going to bring this one around. You know, I got to figure out how to, at some point I got to figure out how to do this a little better. But anyway, this one, the very first card I see on this is a Frank Thomas card, and it is a PSA 4. So that is, that's kind of a cool card too. I mean, once again, so far, you know, Harvey Kuenn's not a bad card. These aren't anything, you know, other than the fact that it's a 1956 and it's PSA graded 4s and 6s, and they're beautiful cards. They're really nice. So I'm pretty excited about that. And the last card that we get in this set is an Eddie Yost. So look at that. And this is a PSA 3, but a really nice card. So once again, I didn't get one of the major hits, but you know, I've got 4 PSA graded cards, and it's kind of like playing the lottery, right? Only the difference with this is I end up with some cool cards in my collection. So anyway, there you have it. That was my birthday and Christmas gifts for this year. I'm glad I got to share them with you. I hope everybody had a great holiday and a new year. And take care. We'll touch base soon. Keep collecting. Stay safe. Talk to you soon.